Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Warriors listed as team to keep an eye on for 12-time All-Star guard. Less than 24 hours after Chris Paul was traded to the Washington Wizards, news has leaked that the Golden State Warriors were looking to land him from the Phoenix Suns. According to the Athletic's Shams Charania, they may still have hope of landing the 12-time All-Star from Washington, along with the Los Angeles Clippers. The Wizards are going to try to see if they can flip Paul to a third team, Charania reported on FanDuel TV. I think a couple of teams to keep an eye on are the Clippers, the Warriors. Those are two teams that did discuss potential deals with the Suns prior to this trade going down, and now the Wizards are going to see, can we go get a second-round pick from somewhere? Can we get an asset? Can we get a young player that we like? So I would expect that process to continue over the process of this week. Bill Simmons pitches trade to send Chris Paul to Warriors for Jordan Poole. Bill Simmons tried to make sense of the aforementioned dilemma on the latest episode of his podcast. He angled that Golden State's interest in Paul stems from a lack of faith in Poole, who had a rough showing in the playoffs. Simmons proposed a trade that would send the young guard to Washington in exchange for CP3. If you're Golden State, do you feel good about the Jordan Poole contract? Simmons posed on the June 18th edition of the Bill Simmons podcast. You have Draymond Green, you've got to pay. I've got Klay Thompson for $40 million. There's some Jonathan Kuminga is actually going to be good this year buzz. Steph Curry's contract goes up every year. Like, if I could turn Jordan Poole into a year of Chris Paul and figure out what that looks like. I think that would be really interesting, to watch a true point guard play with Steph. Jordan Poole doesn't see why Warriors would want to trade him. Poole's poor playoff run was one of the biggest talking points throughout the spring. He averaged just 10.3 points, 3.5 assists, and 2.2 rebounds per game. His efficiency was the most glaring issue, as he made just 34.1% of his attempts from the floor and 25.4% from deep. Despite the rough display, Poole doesn't see why the Warriors would look to trade him this summer.